Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over some knee-jerk reactions and my transfer plans for Game Week 7. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment, how did you get on in Game Week 6, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off before we get into the knee-jerk reactions and transfer plans, let's go over how I did in Game Week 6. Not a bad week at all. 83 points is what I finished on. Obviously, I did make 2 free transfers this week, and they actually went really well for once. Like, generally one of the best transfers I've made in a very long time. But either way, we'll start off in goal. Onana picking up 7 points. Absolutely justified keeping him after those 2 zeros that he got back-to-back a couple of weeks ago. The 7-pointer was very much needed. And yeah, I feel like I'll keep him for one more week. I still think I'm going to be wildcarding in Game Week 8, Game Week 9. So I'm not too fussed about keeping him for a little bit longer. But yeah, 7 points, especially in a week where a lot of other highly owned goalkeepers didn't do very well, like your Fleckens, your Pickfords, stuff like that. Very happy that Onana did outscore most of them with 7 points. In fact, I think he was one of the most outscoring ones apart from like Johnston and stuff like that. But either way, Onana picking up 7 points, Estepinian picking up 6, Kabore picking up 5, and then Trippier picking up 18 points. What an absolute hero. So yeah, Estepinian didn't actually get a clean sheet. He picked up an assist and a bonus point. Kabore, I decided to play over Saliba because I knew that Spurs were going to score, even though it was at home to Arsenal. So I thought I may as well just play Kabore, just go for a punt. You know, it's an okay fixture. It was Wolves at home. They conceded after Wolves went down to 10 men, which was really annoying. When they went down to 10 men, I was like, oh my god, Kabore is actually going to get a clean sheet. Can't believe this. But then Wolves go and bloody score. But then Kabore goes and gets a penalty with the assist. And of course, Morris converts it. So 5 points on Kabore. Very happy about that, especially because Saliba only picked up 1 point. And then Trippier, I got rid of Chilwell this week, brought in Trippier. When I saw he was benched, I was so happy. And then he came on and got a yellow card. I feel for if you kept him, but yeah, honestly, what a transfer. Like, I'm going to have to back myself up for it because everybody else went Botman. I went Trippier, who's a little bit more expensive. And yeah, the 6-point swing was very nice. It was really annoying that Botman scored because then it would have been like a massive swing. But either way, 18 points for Trippier, I will gladly take. In midfield, and Mbeumo only getting 1 point. Ødegaard only getting 1 point as well. Really annoying about those two there. I thought Mbeumo would definitely do something. But I don't see why he was playing like right wing back for the kind of closing stages of that game. I don't know what the Brentford manager was thinking, but yeah, to put your best goal scorer in right wing back is just silly. Ødegaard only picking up a point as well. Did pick up a silly yellow for dissent. Really annoying when players do that. Saka getting 13 points though. I think Son was on top bonus till like last minute because Son went off early, and then obviously Saka got the max bonus, which was quite nice. So yeah, 13 points from Saka. The 9 points from Maddison as well was really nice, especially because a lot of people did own Son and Salah, so it kind of like nullified those points a little bit, especially with Bruno Fernandes coming through with 10 points as well. I mean, United don't look good at all at the moment, but what a finish from Bruno Fernandes. Definitely looked like RVP when he obviously scored that over the shoulder volley as well. But yeah, what a finish, what a ball from Evans. But yeah, we'll definitely take the 10 points from Fernandes, especially because Rashford blanked as well. So yeah, really happy about that. Alvarez, 1-pointer. It's not like he played bad though. He actually was creating a lot of chances and actually had a couple of efforts in the box. It's because of that Rodrigo, or the Rodri, should I say, the Rodri red card, which is obviously why Alvarez went off. So in hindsight, it's not the worst thing in the world because I got rid of Jackson for him. Jackson also picked up 1 point and then also got the yellow, so actually can't play next game. So yeah, it's not even like it was a bad transfer. So yeah, Alvarez only picking up 1 point, and then obviously Haaland, captain, doesn't really matter about that. And then on the bench, Turner with 1, Saliba with 1, Arch with 2, and then Baldock with 0. So yeah, a really good game week for me. Pushes me back up to 400k. It could have been a little bit better, but I mean, hey, I'm not going to complain. What a game week. I will definitely take that, especially with the game week that I just had. Plus, my team's looking really good for game week 7. We'll go over my team selection tomorrow. Just kind of going over like some transfer ideas now. So obviously, with the double game week coming up, Morris is definitely an option, but it just create a benching headache. And again, I'll talk about this a little bit more in tomorrow's team selection video. But if I were to bring Morris in for Archer, which I just have enough money for, because I think I've got like 1.1 in the bank, and he actually might have a price rise as well because of that double coming up. I don't know who I would bench. Like, Mbeumo's got like Forest away. My Arsenal attackers have got Bournemouth away. Fernandez has got Crystal Palace away, but obviously on penalties and stuff like that, I can't really bench him. Like Alvarez and Haaland have got Wolves away. And then Maddison's got Liverpool at home, but I just feel really weird just benching Maddison, but it is for a double game week penalty taking player. But the thing is, I'm only going to be bringing in Morris if I am going to wildcard in game week 8, because it'd really be just dead ending my team bringing in Morris, because then I'll just have a 5.5, 5.6 mil striker on the bench, which I don't need that much money on the bench. So yeah, I'll have to have a think about whether I'm going to wildcard in game week 8, because if I don't, I could literally just roll the transfer in game week 8, in game week 7, and then just have 2 free transfers in game week 8, and then I can easily bring in like a couple of Villa players, or maybe even Salah, because Salah is the one that I need to get to, and I think because I brought Trippier in, it's making life a little bit more difficult. So yeah, hopefully like Trippier does get a price rise again by like game week 8 or something like that, so I make a little bit of money on him. But anyway, we'll talk about all that in the team selection video. But yeah, 83 points, can't complain at all. Let's move on to the knee-jerk reaction for the game week 7 deadline, and number 1 is Botman. Completely understandable, like he is just shooting up in price, especially after that goal as well. He's 4.7 at the moment, but with the fixtures coming up for Newcastle, like Burnley at home is a solid fixture, and then West Ham, Palace and Wolves, like really good fixtures there for Newcastle, 100%. And to be fair, you only really need the Newcastle defenders for these 4 fixtures anyway. Like Arsenal at home, obviously not a great fixture. Bournemouth away is okay, but then they've got Chelsea. I mean, to be fair, Chelsea is an easy fix. Like Newcastle will smash that game like 4-0. Then they've got United, Spurs coming up, stuff like that. So I don't know, maybe I don't. It's one of those, like, if you are tripled up, then you probably start thinking about getting rid of 1 or 2 of them around the Arsenal fixture. But, yeah, for the next, like, 4, they're absolutely fine. So, yeah, Newcastle defenders, completely understand why people are bringing them in. And he's the cheapest as well, like, 4.7, will be 4.8 soon. Really good option to bring in. Son as well. Again, Liverpool at home is a tough fixture, but this is another reason that I kind of wanted to wildcard in 8, because I can just bring Son and obviously still have Maddison for game week 8, which is when, obviously, these fixtures get really good. Like, those 5 fixtures are just like insane for Spurs. Like I know Chelsea's in there, but like, you know, Chelsea are just in the bin at the moment. Sorry to all the Chelsea fans, but I think you could even admit that as well. So yeah, I mean, Liverpool at home, a bit of a tough fixture to bring him in. Luton away though, definitely want to be bringing him for that fixture 100%. And then Trippier also being brought in by over 200,000 managers. The only bad thing about Trippier is a little bit more expensive. Well, I say a little bit. He's like nearly 2 mil more expensive than like all the other Newcastle defenders, or like 1.5 to 2 mil. But it's just the set piece, man. Like the reason I brought Trippier in over Botman was because of the set pieces. Like Sheffield United were like 20th for like set pieces conceded, and like corners and crosses and everything like that. And so I thought, okay, let's play one of the best crosses of the ball in the Prem, Trippier, and it worked out. He got a hat-trick of assists, max bonus, and obviously the clean sheet. So yeah, Trippier is just like, the set pieces just really put him above everyone else. But again, Botman can always score a header, stuff like that, because they are such a tall team. Like any of those, like Dan Burn, your Botman, your Shot, anything like that, they can all easily like bag a goal. And then Matoma as well. I didn't realize how highly Matoma was owned. Like 41% still owned him, and so that brace really hurt my my rank. And again, I don't think you should be bringing in Villa players, Brighton players at the moment, like Villa, Liverpool, City. Obviously, after that, game week 10, which is another time when a lot of people are wildcarding, that's when you're going to be bringing in your Brighton players. And again, if I do wildcard in game week 8, I will have like a transfer or 2 set up ready for game week 10 to bring in those Brighton players and stuff. But yeah, the fixtures get really good for Brighton around them. But yeah, Matoma, a solid option after. I mean, not right now, I don't think. Like Villa, Liverpool, I mean, he could pop off, you don't know. But I think the fixtures definitely are much more in Brighton's favour game week 10. But again, that rotation risk now as well, with like the midweek fixtures and stuff like that. Like Matoma did actually get benched, came off the bench and scored a brace. But it can happen. And then Morris also being brought in by a lot of managers. Again, that penalty obviously shot him up in people's expectations and stuff. I mean, his XG's not been great before that. Like, it's just not. But at the same time, with the double coming up, it's one of those, like, I think you should really only be bringing him in if you are going to be wildcarding soon. If you are going to be wildcarding, like, game week 19, 20, whatever, like, some people, probably not the best player to bring in, because you're going to need a transfer to bring him in, and then a transfer to take him out. And it's just like, is it worth it? Like, he's gonna have to do pretty well in this double game week. And Everton away, obviously, and Burnley at home is a really good double game week. But Luton aren't exactly good. Like, they've not been great this season. But either way, they are the most brought in players so far for game week 7. Moving on to the most transferred out players, Chilwell, number 1, 300,000. Definitely got rid of him at the right time. He's now down to 5.6, going to be 5.5 soon as well, so all the way back down to what it was originally on. Again, it's just one of those things, like, Chilwell was essential like 2 weeks ago, and now he's like, 300,000 managers have transferred him out. It's just what happens. You know, with the benching and stuff, like, I think I'd just get rid of him. Plus, like, I mean, the fixtures are still okay for, like, the next couple, but it's just not worth it. Like, 5.5 mil on your bench, you know, you could easily bring in, like, a Newcastle defender instead, which is going to be much better. And then after these two fixtures, like I'm worried for Chelsea. Like, after these two fixtures, if they only pick up, like, 3 points from these fixtures, they've got Arsenal, Brentford, Spurs, City, Newcastle, Brighton, United. Like, I can't see them really picking up any more than, like, 5 points from those fixtures. Like, they're going to be in the bottom, like, around the bottom of the table. And then, obviously, Rodrigo being transferred out by a lot of managers. A lot of people actually owned him, which is quite a shock, to be fair, as a Man City option. But yeah, obviously getting that straight red card, he is going to be out for a bit. And then Gusto, another player that got red carded. Yeah, again, like, Chelsea are just, they're not really teams you want to be targeting right now. I know a lot of people still own, like, Sterling, Gusto, Chilwell, Jackson, stuff like that. You kind of need to get rid of all of them, really. Like, Sterling's the only one that's going to really offer you anything over the next few fixtures. But at the same time, he did miss quite a few chances in that Villa game. So yeah, Gusto's being transferred out, and then obviously Jackson, you just got to get off him now. Like, literally, he's suspended, and after that, he just can't score, man. It's just been an absolute hell to own. Like, I brought him in, I think, for the Luton game, and then had him for that Forest and Bournemouth, and it's just 1 point City, like 1 point everywhere. So yeah, you don't really want him. And then Rashford as well, another player a lot of people are getting rid of. It's one of those, like, the fixtures are good, like, the fixtures are fine. It's just there's something going on at United at the moment, and, like, the fixtures are really, really good. Like, City's the only tough fixture there, but you never know. Like, in a game like that, United could definitely win it. And you've got Everton, Luton, Fulham, Sheffield United, Brentford, Palace. Like, there could be a lot of points available for them, and this is why, like, I don't really want to wild card out like Bruno Fernandes, because there's so many other options, but, like, the fixtures are just so good. But anyway, those are going to be the most transferred in and out players for game week 7. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like down below. Leave a comment, how did you get on in game week 7? I'll make my team selection video tomorrow. I'll probably do a wildcard draft around Wednesday as well, just simply because a lot of people are obviously going to be wildcarding and stuff over the next few fixtures, or game week, should I say. But yeah, that's everything from me. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and until next time, peace.